Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have this look for you guys. Some of you wanted to see a more natural look because my looks are so dramatic and colorful. I get it. Sometimes we just want to rock a natural look. So today I created this neutral glam look. It's super easy and quick and still looks like you tried hard. So if you guys want to stick around to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. So for foundation today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation in Light Neutral. I'm so pale and this is the lightest shade that I have. So I'm going to be applying that with my Sigma Round Kabuki F82 brush. I love this brush because it's so dense that it applies a really nice full coverage of your foundation. Now I'm going to blend that foundation onto my neck. Even if the foundation is the exact shade as my skin, I still like to blend it down onto my neck just so everything looks really nice and seamless. And I'm going to be using this really cool looking brush. This is the Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki. Look at that. It's such a cool shape. And I love this brush for my neck because it's such a large brush and it covers so much space so quickly. Now moving on to concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light. And I'm just going to apply that underneath my eyes and the sides of my nose. And then going in with light medium, just dotting that on top of the light concealer. And I'm going to blend that in with the Sigma Concealer Blend Kabuki F79 brush. This brush fits perfectly under the eye, so it's perfect for blending out concealer. What I do is I just do patting motions, just moving my brush back and forth. I never swipe because I don't want to take away that concealer. And then apply that on my eye. So I'm usually not a huge fan of using brushes to blend out my concealer, so I used the Kabuki brush on this side and then I just used a sponge, just any makeup sponge, on this side, and this side actually looks much better. It just looks more like full coverage and seamless. I might start using that more often. Now I have to set my face and I'm going to be using the RCMA No Color Powder. I have to do this or else there will be foundation just slipping off in about an hour. And I'm going to apply that using my Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush under my eyes. So now to set my entire face, this is going to look really weird, but it actually works really well. So I like to use a damp beauty sponge sometimes to pat in my powder, and it just really nicely like diffuses that powder and just really locks in your makeup. But I found that this brush, and I've been using it a lot lately, actually works really well, and it kind of does that same trick. So I'm going back into the Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki brush. I just wiped this off because I used it for my neck. I just kind of wiped it off on a paper towel just so there's no more foundation left. And I pick up that powder, tap off the excess, and I just pick it up on that one flat side. It's really cool. There's two flat sides, so I pick it up on one flat side. And then I just pat that into my skin, just going back and forth, patting that until I see the powder has disappeared. And I never do any swiping motion, just keep patting, and the foundation ends up looking really flawless. I always used to use a large powder brush just to apply my powder, but it used to look kind of like cakey and really powdery, but I don't know what it is about this technique that it actually works really well for me. And I've been loving it, and I can't stop using this. So for contour, I'm going to be going into the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter in light medium. And I'm going to be going into this cool contour shade right here. So I've had this brush in my collection for so long, and I was really curious to see how it would be for contour. So I tried it out on this cheek right here and was blown away. Amazing. So this is the F87 Edge Kabuki by Sigma. Look at that. That looks so cool, and I was like, you know what? I feel like it could go either really great or really wrong, and it went pretty amazing on this cheek. So I thought it would be cool because usually when you do your contour, it kind of goes from like thicker and then tapers down thinner. So I feel like this brush would work perfect. So let's see. So what I'm going to do is actually not swipe this on. I'm just going to kind of stipple it on first and then lightly blend it out. I'm like shocked right now. This actually works really good. Look at that. And it gives you like that nice clean edge on that bottom. Oh God, why have I not discovered this earlier? Now I'm going to be using this Sigma powder blush in Hotspot, and this is part of the Nightlife by Camila Coelho collection. I was obsessed with this blush for so long, and this is like my everyday summer blush, but I'm feeling in that summer mood today, so I'm going to be using this blush. And I'm going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks using my Sigma Large Angled Contour F40 brush. So I picked up my RCMA No Color Powder on this F89 Baked Kabuki brush by Sigma. It's this really cool flat top angled brush, and I'm just going to bake underneath my contour. So the way that I like to apply it is I pick up the powder on the brush and then I flip it over so the longer bristles are on the bottom and the shorter bristles are at the top, and then apply that. I just find that because the shorter bristles, they're more dense up here, they apply a nice straight line with more powder at the top and then diffuse that down at the bottom. So it's been a few seconds and now I'm just gonna wipe that away. For highlight, I wanted something really like golden to give me like that golden goddess look. So I'm going to be using this Sigma Loose Shimmer in Gilded. And I just tapped some of that onto the cap. And I'm going to apply that with my Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter F03 brush. Okay, so that's the skin done. So now let's move on and do the eyes. I'm going into the Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. I'm first picking up Toasty. I'm picking the shadow up on my Sigma E38 Diffused Crease Brush, and I'm going to start running this through my crease all the way into this inner corner, and then just going back and forth, and then doing circular motions to start blending this out on this outer corner. I'm now picking up henna. So I picked up the shadow on my Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm going to start patting this on this outer third of my lid. And then lightly just blending that in towards that halfway point. And then start blending this up. I want most of the darkness to all be out here, so I'm not going to really bring this onto the inner corner until I have barely anything left on this brush. And I'm just doing little circular motions. And I'm going to start blending this kind of into a cat eye shape, just really lightly. And now when I have barely anything left on this brush, I'm just going to lightly blend that into the inner corner and then go back and start blending everything out and making sure it's really diffused. Now I'm going back into Toasty just to really blend everything out, and this time I'm using my Sigma E40 taper blending brush and just buffing these two shadows together and buffing that out and making sure it's really blended through the crease. For my lower lash line, I'm first picking up Toasty and running this all along my lash line, all the way into this inner corner with my Sigma E54 medium sweeper brush and just smoking that out. And then with henna just on this outer half of my lower lash line and then meeting that up to that crease. I just want most of the darkness just on this outer corner. To highlight my brow bone, I'm picking up Humble. I'm using my Sigma E32 Exact Blend brush to apply this on the high point of my brow, and then lightly blend that out. And that also helps clean up the crease if you went a little too high with those crease shadows. I'm going into Tarte Cosmetics Foil Finger Paints eyeshadow palette, and I'm picking up Gold Coast. I picked the shadow up on my finger, and now I'm just going to apply this on this empty area on my inner lid. And then I'm going to start using a really, really light hand, just tapping that in between that shadow, just so it blends it out. And then applying this on the inner corner, just on the top. Now I'm picking up henna on my E68 Line Perfector brush and just lining my upper lash line, just to add a little bit of definition and then make this look all blended. I'm now just going to apply some mascara and false lashes, and today I'm going to be using these Ardell Foam Ink Lashes in 811. Some of you wanted to see a look with no false lashes, so I included this part in here, so you can definitely wear this look without false lashes. I don't wear false lashes on a daily basis, but this is what it would look like without any falsies. And that's the eye look done with false lashes. So I'm going to keep my lips nice and neutral like the entire look, but if you guys want to spice it up, you could definitely do a red, a coral, any lip would look amazing with this look if you want to just add a little bit of extra glam. But I'm just going to keep it nice and neutral just to keep that whole neutral look together. So I'm going to be using this MAC lip pencil and Whirl, and I'm going to line my lips and fill them in with this pencil. I'm now going to add a gloss over top, and I'm going to be using this Laura Geller Color Luster Lip Gloss in Gilded Honey. And that is it. This is a completed look of my natural glam makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love this look. I think it's going to look great for the coming spring or summer months, paired with like a nice coral red or orange lip. Ugh, looks so good. So I hope you guys like this look as much as I did, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I don't know what you guys are doing. You should definitely be subscribed. And if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter, that'd be right here, as well as down in the description box. And I have to say, the Sigma Kabuki brushes actually worked amazing. My skin looks flawless. Everything just looks so beautiful, and that contour, still can't get over how amazing that brush worked. So all the products and brushes that I used today will be linked down below as always for you guys to find them easier, and I think that should be it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!